police say a blue SUV crashed into Tiffany Marshall's home. 3 people inside the car were taken to the hospital. Another person in the car fled the scene.
1 mile,
And then
turn
again,
left onto
a
West
different
8 Mile
car on
Road.
July 30th crashed into her home, and the woman driving this silver SUV actually suffered a medical emergency, according to police, and she is expected to be okay. But imagine this, obviously, this is not like a little, like, oh, they just kind of hit the side of the house and everything was fine. No, they crashed into this woman's home, and each crash left bricks, glass, wood pieces scattered all over the homeowner's front porch and inside the home as well. And as you can imagine, this homeowner, Tiffany Marshall, says that both accidents were quite shocking.
And then I just heard a boom. I ain't hear no skirt, no nothing. Just heard a boom. I said, not again.
The second
I think
time.
I'd say the same thing.
I know. And she actually says that the whole foundation of her home could be messed up at this point. The good news out of all of this is everyone that lives inside the home is safe. But obviously now she's having some second thoughts about living there, right? She basically says she wants to move. She's terrified. And she's scared that this is going to happen over and over and over again. So I completely understand that. I would want to live there as well if this has already happened twice in a month. This is pretty cool. So John Cena was in town over the weekend for the WWE's live Super Show at Little Caesars Arena on Sunday night. But
In half a
before
mile,
that
turn
main
left
event,
onto West 8
he
Mile
did make a
Road.
surprise appearance at the Birmingham 8 for an early screening of The Suicide Squad. So this is pretty cool. Nobody knew that he was going to show up. He actually showed up to the theater dressed in his WWE gear. He welcomed the crowd to the show, and he took a few minutes to hand out some swag as well to everybody in the theater before he left. He was only there for just a couple of moments, but a lot of people were shocked and thought it was a pretty cool gesture. If you're looking forward to seeing this new version of the film, it will open in theaters on Friday, as well as stream on HBO Max.
Everybody seems to love that guy. I'm not a big wrestling guy, but he was
Very popular.
he was good at Bridesmaids.
Was he in Bridesmaids?
What was the movie where he was the boyfriend of somebody? He wasn't in a lot of the movie, but he was having sex. I know that. Trainwreck. That's right.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Turn left onto West
Right.
8 Mile
Sure,
Road.
Bridesmaids, but yes. I mean, he's all right. He's a likable guy. I mean, he comes across as a nice guy, especially in his roles. He plays nothing too serious.
Right.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yep. You guys, 2 American travelers were fined $16,000 after providing fake COVID vaccination cards. So these unnamed travelers arrived from the U.S. and Canada. This was the week of July 18th, and officials fined each traveler 4 times for a grand total of $16,000. They had not only fake documents to show their proof of vaccination, they also had fake pre-departure COVID test documentation. Plus, they say the travelers were cited for non-compliance with government requirements for accommodation and on-travel testing. So, man, I mean, don't. Here's just a little warning. Don't try to fake this stuff, because you're most likely going to get caught, and it is going to cost you a lot of money. Man. I know it's happening. I've heard these stories of people trying to buy the fake vaccine cards online or things like that. But I mean, don't use it for international travel, because it's your. Maybe use it to get into like a restaurant. Not that any restaurants here are requiring that, or maybe for work, for all I know. But international travel, I would stay away from lying about that right now. That's for sure. You guys, yesterday was MTV's 40th anniversary. Celebrated 40 years. I know, it seems so crazy. And to celebrate, Rolling Stone actually came out with this updated list of the greatest music videos of all time. And coming in at number 1 was Formation by Beyonce. Her video came in at number 1, followed by Hurt by Johnny Cash and Vogue by Madonna.
You know, it's interesting that, Michelle, did it really happen? 97 on the ticket.
Hey, if you're dealing with old sports injuries, arthritis, or joint pain, if you've been told that you possibly need a new hip or a new knee,
Continue
pay
straight.
attention because I need to tell you about Straith Orthopedics. Dr. Brandt and Dr. Fleischman at Straith are Michigan's top hip and knee robotic joint replacement specialists with 2 convenient locations. There's one in West Bloomfield, the other one in Southfield. All you got to do is call 855-STRAIGHT or visit them online at straith.org to learn more and make an appointment. And I've got to personally say, I've been to their facility in Southfield, and there is absolutely nothing like it in the area. Dedicated to orthopedics, they offer affordable, minimally invasive treatment for joint pain, robotic hip and knee replacements, which come at no additional cost and will have you pain-free and enjoying the summer within days after surgery. They also have a walk-in clinic in Southfield, so you can see an orthopedic physician same day, skip to crowded ERs and high deductibles. Call 855-STRAIGHT in advance to reserve your space so you can skip the wait. If you're nervous about seeing an orthopedic specialist, Straith is offering Meet the Doctor events every single month. This month, it's on August 18 with Dr. Fleischman at Andiamo in Bloomfield. Free
In
lunch
11
and learn.
miles, take a
So you have
slight
chance
right
meet
turn
them
to
in
merge
person,
onto
ask any
I-96
questions
East
about
toward
your
Detroit.
pain. All you got to do is register at straith.org. Summer is here, so if you're suffering from joint pain, don't wait any longer. Call 855-STRAIGHT. That's STRAITH, or visit them online at straith.org. Straith Orthopedics is committed to you.
Do you have your eye on a new home but need to sell your home first? Get the Z Guarantee, where your home is sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it.
FanDuel Sportsbook is hooking new users up with an epic Olympic bonus. Just place your first bet on any Olympic sport risk-free. That's correct. New users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet doesn't win. To get you started, here's one of my picks. Take the U.S. to beat Nigeria, okay? It's bound to happen one of these years. You can bet on any Olympic event, baseball, soccer, track and field, whatever you want. It's America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app with promo code WOJO and go for the gold today. That's promo code WOJO. You must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117.
I'm really interested in brands and telling stories. The goal is I want to start my own advertising agency. Because of my HFC education, I am more focused now. You know, I am ready for the world. So it's been fun. And when I really like what I'm doing, it makes it easier for me to focus and really show my true potential. I'm inspired to do something big. I'm future-driven.
Follow a future-driven career path or blaze your own. It all starts at Henry Ford College. Visit hfcc.edu to get started.
When you're ready to buy something, the first thing you do is go online. But buying a home is different. You've got loan applications, pre-approvals, competing offers, the list goes on. That's where a Realtor comes in. Realtors have expertise and local knowledge to give you a competitive edge that a search bar just can't. And in today's market, an edge is what you need. So when you're ready to buy a home, the first thing to do is make sure you have an agent who's a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Committed to helping keep your facilities safe. And your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger. For the ones who get it done. This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Lamura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
No sweeter sound. Hear the game. Here. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1 The Ticket and the Odyssey app.
Ground ball and a base hitting the left field for Purdue. Castro in to score.
mistaken.
Yeah.
And he's had some issues going on throughout his career, but what happened over the weekend was really crazy. His wife came out and basically called out Gary Bettman, saying, accusing her husband of betting on hockey games.
Well, and we should.
She says, can someone ask Gary Bettman how they let a player gamble on his own games, bet win with bookies on his own game? Her Instagram story goes, how does the NHL let a compulsive gambling addict still play when he's obviously throwing games to win money? Maybe somebody needs to address this. Here's some of the other stuff that she wrote. And obviously there's another side to the story. But I thought her Instagram post was unbelievable. So you leave July 8th, you do not call or text at all for 7 days. Then you inform me you're going to Europe for a vacation. Must be nice. But at the same time, tell me our house is being taken by the bank, but do not come home to help your pregnant wife, pack or help her with anything at all. You have enough money to party and stay in hotels in Europe, to do dinners every night, but I can't buy my daughter formula, and you force me to sell my wedding ring to have any money to survive. You party every day, every night, never calling your daughter and never asking, not even over the one time, how I'm doing myself. I don't know if there are even words to describe the kind of evil person that you are to abandon your wife who is pregnant with your son and your 1-year-old daughter who walked around the house with her bunny saying Dada for a week looking for you. Don't post no pictures like you're home or like you're with her. Everyone knows the type of person you are. Wow.
Well, so
accusations. I just thought I had to read that because
I agree.
It's so inflammatory.
But the context is also important, as you can imagine.
Yes.
We say they're husband and wife, but they are going through a divorce. If they weren't before, I'm sure they are.
Yes.
They are.
And of course, Evander Kane said, quote, I've never gambled / bet on hockey, never gambled on a Sharks game, never, capitals, bet on any of my games, and never thrown a hockey game. The facts are, I personally had my best season of my career last year. It was the most consistent I've been throughout any season. I'm proud of that. I love the game. I'll never do any of what is alleged. I look forward to cooperating with the league's investigation, having my name cleared, and looking forward to the upcoming season because the NHL said it was aware of what was posted and is investigating. He also said, I love my daughter. I will always have always taken care of her in every way possible. I've always made sure her mother has had everything she's needed and more. I've tried to de-escalate our divorce issues and be as civil and calm as anyone in this position could. I have tried to set up FaceTime calls, but not every day as I would like to because of being restricted by her mom. She has refused me to see her and unfortunately tried to use my daughter as leverage. I will continue to always take care of my family. That goes without question. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But the question is, when you hear, an accusation of gambling and throwing games and that stuff, and with the proliferation of sports betting online, as look, we advertise, I'm going to have a BetMGM read coming up shortly.
Yep.
Do you think that adds to it? Do you worry? Because I remember years ago, I don't know if Gov remembers, me and Caputo did a show, I think at the old place, and I said, these guys are so good, and bookies are so good, and every single game could be fixed and we would never know. Not necessarily thrown as far as wins and losses, but like points and things like that. For years, there was things that at the Silverdome, there was a guy who would bet the over. The over was the call, so he would start the clock like half of a second,
a little later
every year. You would never know, but it adds up during the course of the game. I think they're so good at it, we would never know. Obviously, there have been some where there have been situations like the Tim Donaghy case. There's some college cases with Tulane and other where they did find out, but I'm sure there are tons of others where nobody found out.
There may be, but I also think that whether sports gambling, which is now legal, obviously here in the state of Michigan and in a number of places across the country, bad actors are going to do bad things, whether it's legal or not.
Exactly. I don't think online gambling has.
I don't think it's affected or changed how people have operated. People have been trying possibly can. And I don't necessarily think that this, this story coming out, because they are just allegations.
Well, the legalization creates a paper trail.
It does.
So
very much so.
If you were going,
It helps.
I'm not to go through the back channels to try to get it done. So I'm with you guys. I don't think legalization has anything to do with it, but it just makes, again, it brings. You kind of thought this might have been weeded out of sports a little bit with the Donahue thing. I would hope that she's not lying here to a degree. You go through a divorce and things fly back and forth pretty nastily and emotionally. But to throw that out there on them, man. Wow.
Yeah, and you hope that it's not just out of spite to create a narrative against him, and for him as well. Like he obviously had to respond, and you're hoping that everything that he said is able to be backed up and true. But that's the thing, you just never know right now. And quite honestly, they're airing their dirty laundry in front of everybody, and you would really like to be able to keep this behind closed doors. Having nothing to do the gambling side, by itself. You don't want to have this aired out in public because it's not good for either of them, and it's definitely not good for their kids. That's the big thing, is that this is all going to be public knowledge now, and when you report this or you talk about this, at some point, your daughter's 1 year old now. She's going to be 10. She's going to be 15. She's going to, hey, what was Dad like when he was playing? This is going to come up, and it's frustrating to have to think that this is what she would find.
Our telephone number, 248-539-9797. We're live here at Allen Park. Lions offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn will join us at 8:02. We have nothing to do. This is open to the public. Come on out. It's a beautiful day. The field is well manicured. Jansen will sign autographs with you right after we get off the air. The John Jansen kissing booth will be right here. There's fans in the stands already. People are here early. It's the Stony and Jansen. So live from Allen Park here at 97.1, The Ticket. Coincidentally enough, like Summer Fridays, well, you're going to love Summer Mondays at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. With BetMGM's Monday Club, a $10 free bet will automatically be added to your account when you place a total of $50 in wagers between Monday and Sunday. That's right, you'll wake up to a $10 free bet every Monday just for betting $50 during the previous 7 days. It's easy. Simply take advantage of BetMGM's boosted odds specials, unique parlay offers, daily promotions, and live betting action. When your wager total reaches $50, you're guaranteed to receive a $10 free bet to use any way you'd like. Download the BetMGM app or visit BetMGM.com to sign up and learn more about how you can be part of the Money Monday Club. Get rewarded for your bets every week at BetMGM. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Michigan only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. There's an accident in the Novi area working to clear M5 southbound at 13 Mile. Also a crash on 696 eastbound at Holstead blocking the right shoulder. 75 northbound still closed at 696 for ongoing emergency road repairs. You can re-enter at 12 Mile or you can use Woodward around it. The COVID vaccine is safe, effective, and trusted by experts. Find yours at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine or call 211. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the Odyssey app today.
This is Boris Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-899-GOLD to get your free investment guide. The official Olympics Twitter feed sent out a very useful tweet the other day. We just want to officially confirm, it said, that the Tokyo 2020 medals are not edible. I never imagined that they were, but with so many cheesy photos of podium winners biting into their medals, I just thought it would be good to clarify this matter. According to Eurosport.com, back in the day, gold miners used to bite into the gold ore they mined, make sure that it wasn't fool's gold, which unlike the real deal, is hard and can break your teeth. Oh, and here's another fun fact, folks, about Tokyo's most precious souvenirs. Medals are made from material recycled from used electronic devices donated by the Japanese public. So I say, let's give thanks to whoever donated that old Sony Walkman that Katie Ledecky is now
to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Great values are happening now during Lowe's Summer Savings. Save on select appliance special values. Plus, save an additional $50 when you buy 2 or more appliances, each priced $396 or more. You'll also find new lower prices on ceiling fans, landscape lighting, and more. So shop Lowe's today. Must ask cashier to apply discount in store. Online must use promo code. Can't be combined with any other discounts. See Lowe's.com for exclusions and terms. Valid 7/15 through 8/4. U.S. only.
Summer happens at Speedway because everything you need for summer happens at Speedway. Like drinks. Drinks happen. The freshly brewed drink, the splashed over ice drink, the wake you up drink, the cool you off drink, the make your brain hurt for a minute drink. All poured however you want them, whenever you want them, all summer long. So on every hot day, you have something cold to sip. Speedway. Summer happens here. And now, get any size fountain or speedy freeze for just 99 cents. Excludes Maxwell. With Metro by T-Mobile, an iPhone 12 mini with 5G on us, you rule. 2.9 miles.
As a handyman hustling to finish my degree, Metro has me covered. I got the latest iPhone 12 mini when I switched, and it's got so many features, like the all-new ceramic shield technology. Now, if I drop my iPhone, it won't set me back. And the best feature yet, that super fast 5G speed. So, whether I'm quickly downloading my digital textbooks on the go, or 4K videos to help build the perfect bookshelf, I've got the latest tech and the speed I need to get the job done right.
Switch to Metro and get an iPhone 12 mini with 5G on us after 3 months when you trade in your device. Powered by the T-Mobile 5G network.
I'm Ollie, and that's how I rule my day. With Metro.
2 miles. Keep left onto I-96 East toward Detroit.
Price for baby and virtual prepaid MasterCard. Not included Connecticut, Rhode Island, Miami-Dade. Video at 480p. See store for details.
Reaction to the latest sports news, insights from the national experts, and the info you need to bet on all of today's action. We call that Wagertainment. BetQL shows are now streaming live, morning, afternoon, and night, with coverage from across the worlds of sports and sports betting. Find out who's on, who's hurt, and who can help you cash in. The BetQL network features some of the biggest names in the game, like Nick Kostos, Ken Barkley, and more. All new shows from BetQL, streaming live right now on Odyssey.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. If you haven't refinanced your mortgage in 2021, you need to call Hall Financial right now to see if you qualify for our no appraisal 8-day close. Call today, 248-308-5000. Go to callhallfirst.com.
All crushed with Cullen Keys with Jamie Samuelson from us. Jamie Samuelson, night at Comerica Park is August 17th and the Tigers play the Angels. Special ticket package up to a $5 donation to provide colonoscopy screenings to those who can't get one. Details at 971theticket.com. Text the ticket using the same number you used to call the ticket. Ticket text to I-96 East toward Detroit. 9797.
Yesterday, 6-2. Off today. Red Sox
9.5 miles. Take exit 180 toward Outer Drive.
Right at the great Dan Dickerson. 97-1. The ticket, Anthony Lamb, offensive coordinator for the Lions, will join us coming up right after the top of the hour. I do want to mention my buddy yesterday. I touched on this a little bit. Try not to get too emotional here. On Friday. Yesterday was the 1 year. Use the word anniversary, but 1 year ago yesterday, Jamie Samuelson said, Gear Jammer 69, okay? He tweeted, "This passing inspired me to get my scope done almost immediately, such a genuine man." And the amount of people that we've spoken to since Jamie's passing that have gotten their colonoscopies is incredible and is a tribute to Jamie and getting the word out, but it's still not enough. We still need more people. I know they've lowered the age to 45 for when insurance is going to cover it, so please speak to your physician. Get your colonoscopy. It does not hurt. The prep is not as bad as it used to be. So you sit on the throne for a little bit. I mean, it saves lives. I've had, I'm a little up there in age, I've had, I think, 3 of them. I'm kind of paranoid, so I get them like every 5 to 8 years.
Understandable.
So it's just something that you should consider doing heavily and get it done. And this is just for men and women. And we're having a special night for Jamie at Comerica Park on August the 17th when the Angels come to town. And it's very fitting because Jamie was such a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
That was his favorite sport. It kind of warms our heart to see that the San Francisco Giants are in first place in the National League West. That's his favorite team. In fact, is Jam Sam 22 is because of Will Clark. So there's a link on our website where you can get the Tiger package, and we're having a big program at the Tin Roof from between 4 to 6, where people are going to share memories, stories about Jamie. I believe his family will be throwing out the first pitch. It's going to be a great thing, and proceeds. Some of the proceeds to the purchase of the tickets will go to get colonoscopies available for free for a lot of people who, whether insurance can't cover them or whatever. We want to get as many people out there to get your colonoscopy. Have you had a colonoscopy?
I have not yet. I just had 45, so I'm in the range now, and it will be covered. So I'm going to be contacting my doctor this year when I get my physical to make sure that gets done. And I think one of the things that I've experienced in my time here now at 97.1, and I know that you experience this on probably a daily basis. We get it on Twitter, we get callers that call in, and I've been around you. The impact that he had as a man makes it that much more impactful in terms of getting the colonoscopies, because everybody respected him so much. And you experience this when people come up to you and they say that they got their colonoscopy because of Jamie, because of the conversations that you had, while Jamie was going through this. And I just think it's remarkable the impact that he had, not just on this community here, but when you talk about the community in Northwestern, the community out west, though every community that he impacted, they knew and they respected him, and they are, the impact that he had in regards to getting this health test is immeasurable.
It's crazy that it has been a year, Stoney.
I know, it's fast.
It's
practice. And we're joined by a guy who kind of liked, because when Dan Campbell was hired, people had their questions, but we said, oh my God, look at the staff that he assembled. I mean, you know, great guys with great reputation, and a guy who was a head coach last year, should probably still be the head coach of the LA Chargers. One of the stars of Hard Knocks last year, Anthony Lynn, the offensive coordinator.
I don't know about that. Yeah, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. What was that like, though? Because we were, as Lion fans, the Lions have never been on Hard Knocks for whatever reasons. Was it a good experience, or did you hate it?
You know, they do a professional job of trying not to be a distraction and staying out of our way. So it was a good crew, I can tell you that.
Now that you're here in Detroit, obviously one of the things that I experienced in Washington in my time was we always had a new coach, had a new coordinator, had new offenses. Where are you guys at, and what are the steps that you are doing to implement a new offense?
I'll tell you, right now, you know, we've been in shorts for a while. Tomorrow we do a reevaluation when we put the pads on, but I still have a pretty good idea. You know, I like what we have in the offensive line. This is one of the biggest offensive lines I've ever had, to be honest with you. And, you know, we're just taking a real hold of our skill position players that are running backs or wide receivers, tight ends, and just trying to see exactly what we can do personnel group-wise. But I think it's really coming together. The guys are working hard, and they're really doing some good things.
Everybody always focuses on the quarterback in here with the guy who's been here for so long, Matthew Stafford, who's now with the Rams, as you know. Jared Goff is here. What do you like so far the most about Jared Goff?
You know, his arm talent, his accuracy. You know, that's very important at the quarterback position. And his decision-making in the new offense is getting better. Yesterday, I thought he had one of his best practices. And it wasn't necessarily balls down the field. When the defense took the defense away, he had the patience to take what they gave him. And, you know, and that's really critical, just completions and moving the sticks. But he's picking up the offense very well. I mean, that whole room I liked. Tim Bowles, David Blau, those guys are sharp, man.
What was it like watching David Blau's wife? We saw the highlights, we saw all that stuff, but you guys were in the room and cheering him on, cheering her on. What was that moment like as a team?
You know what? I feel like my wife was out there, right?
It's a family.
It was exciting, you
yeah.
know? And just sitting on the back row, you know, where the coaches were and watching David up in the front row, it was awesome to see him cheer for his wife like that.
So one of the things that we hear about Jared Goff is somewhat what you mentioned, his patience and checking down, but that also doesn't mean that he can't make that big play, that explosive play downfield, right?
Oh, he's made a lot of plays downfield this count.
Yeah.
I mean, not this count, but over the offseason, his arm talent is really nice. And I'm looking forward to some good hard run action. You know, when you get the pass, when you get in games, things open up because you can run the football. Yeah. I hear these are almost like passing camps until you get the pads on, you know. So, but his arm down the field, I mean, his balls are good.
Anthony Lynn joins us talking about the passing game. Look, we had Calvin here for a while. Galladay was here. He left. People questioned the wide receivers. Tell us about the wide receiver group. Should people be excited?
Tyrell Williams, Brashad, I mean, those guys are stepping up. And even Khalif and guys like Victor Bolden. You know, these guys that people don't know much about, but I'm telling you, you know, these guys have a unique skill set, and I'm going to put them in the right positions, and I like what they're doing so far.
What about St. Brown? Everybody seems to think he's going to be the sleeper of the draft almost.
You know what? He could be. I mean, he's bigger than what people think, and he's tough. You know, I like the way he mixes it up inside. You know, he's a hell of a slot receiver.
And Hockenson is obviously a big part of that game. TJ Hockenson, your tight end. And is he everything that you expected him to be?
Absolutely. I mean, I think TJ can be a matchup nightmare for a lot of safeties and linebackers in this league. And if we get him in those situations, then we're definitely going to use him. And don't forget about Swift coming out of the backfield. Yeah. I mean, that young man's good in space.
At the stop sign.
Anthony Lynn joins us here. Your time with the Chargers, you had a young quarterback, Justin Herbert. Was he better than you thought he was going to be?
It was good when I saw him on tape. We took him at 6 for a reason.
Yeah.
But he's unbelievable. He has a big arm. He's mobile. He can move. You know, he's sharp. No, I got nothing but love for Justin. But